Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. So I just want to say thanks to everybody who's been liking and sharing my videos around. It's really helpful and my channel is growing and I'm gaining subscribers, so it's great to have new people here and it's really helping me out, so thank you very much to everybody. Anyway, today on the channel we are looking at this random game, funnily enough, called Lost in Random. Now, I saw this game and saw the title and thought, right, well, okay, looks a bit weird and wacky. The art aesthetics are very Tim Burton-esque, but I think they take it a step maybe too far with the crazy, weird and wacky nature of it. It's all a little bit... And the thing is I really wanted to like the game, but the storyline is okay. It's not amazing. It's trying to be quirky and kind of loses itself a little. I don't know, I suppose, randomness, but like it kind of just isn't. It kind of loses like the sense of like what it needs to be or wants to be is gone, and it's just being random for the sake of it, and it all just seems a little bit disjointed when you start to understand and follow the story. It's like, ugh, right, you're just doing that to be weird on purpose. It's just a bit okay. So, and where it all becomes a little bit annoying is the gameplay style is strange, right? It's like a platformer mixed with a card puzzle type of strategy game. But the issue that I have with it is all the way from the beginning to the end, all of the difficulties and all of the bosses and all of the areas are pretty much of the same difficulty. And what they tried to do is have these cards that you throw around with. You throw your dice and you get a card set come up, and that's the abilities you have then for in action with the battles. So obviously if you get a sword card, you can have a sword. If you get a bow and arrow, you can have a bow and arrow weapon and whatever, or bomb, or all sorts. But the thing is where it loses the plot is if you get certain cards, because they're so powerful, the battle and the boss battle, or even just the random normal battles against a bunch of the NPCs, like, just become easy. Even if you're on the hardest setting, it just becomes really easy to complete. Like, it doesn't matter, you can just get a sword, double it again, put on a health pack when you get hit once, and you finish it. And it's like, well, it loses the strategy element of what the game's trying to be. And as much as obviously they want to carry you through the storyline and make sure you can finish the game and enjoy it and such, the actual strategy side elements of the action areas where you have these collectible card things that you can use then that they basically give you the set of weapons for each of the areas, and it's all just there's not enough to it, right? There's not enough cards and weapons of choice to be able to figure out which parts are going to be good or bad in certain battles. Everything just seems very much the same and not random at all. There's not enough there for it to be random, if that makes sense. Like, almost guaranteed you're going to roll the dice at some point in one of the battles and you'll get a sword, or you'll get a weapon, like a bow and arrow weapon or something. There's no shields, there's no sword or shield, there's no sword and shield together type of thing. You just get either a sword, no shield. Like, the puzzle elements of the game are very simplistic. There's no real difficulty in those areas whatsoever. I did them without even trying. And so they're really lacking in depth. Like, there's no challenge at all with the puzzles whatsoever. I managed to get all of the trophies done all of the trophies for the puzzles in the game done in the first playthrough that I did, and get the gold. And it was like, okay, well, that wasn't hard. The general battle sequences are a bit ugh. Like, as I said, once you've done the first few areas and you've gone past a certain part where you can practically buy and use any of the weapons, you pretty much can do all of the battles without really trying, and it's all just a little bit mundanely the type of thing, and it all just starts to feel a little bit weak, if that makes sense. And I think the only way they could have improved upon it would be to have more weapons and more cards and more strategy element to the battle sequences, because I think if they'd have had more weapons and more cards and a way to, actually have difficulties in different areas of the bosses or gameplay areas, then it could have been really good, because it would have added what they were going for, which is the strategy element. And the problem is because all the cards are pretty much, you're almost guaranteed to get them. Like, it almost feels like there is no strategy at all. Like, and then it becomes pointless, because all you're doing is pressing on the same cards again and doing the same thing, and hey presto, you're going to win. And so the strategy element of the game and the concept of you being able to have a deck of cards to be able to have different weaponry in different areas, so you're not just given the sword at the beginning and you've got it for the whole game, but you might as well have, because you're almost guaranteed to either have a sword or a bow and arrow. Like, the likelihood is that you'll get one, and that will be what the game, and you'll be fine. And that's the annoyance for me. There isn't enough variety in the card decks to allow the game to be, allow the game to have that depth and strategy to it. It just has it falls apart because of the fact that you need like a deck of cards with 100 different items in it for it to be randomized enough for you to have that level of strategic gameplay from within the battle scenes. Now, I mean, the concept's good. It just isn't being taken far enough. The game and graphics are weird and whatever. That's neither here or there. I like the story. It's okay. The story is alright. It is just that. It's just alright. It's not, something miraculously amazing. And I really feel like it's just missed the mark by not just a little bit, it's missed the mark by a country mile type of thing. I got this and thought, it will probably be a solid, pushing into the 8s for a it's from EA Original, so they've probably helped out some sort of team and gave them something to do, or I don't know, but it's it's missed the mark by a country mile. It really has. It's probably barely in a 6 from me, if you're lucky. And it's a shame, because I really did enjoy the concept of the game. It just really needed so much more. And that's its problem. It needed a lot more. It needed, in order to really have done this game justice, it needed triple the amount of weapons, easily. So they give you any form of strategy for the game. And that's what lets it down. Because otherwise it's just, you might as well just have given me a sword and a bow and arrow at the beginning of the game and let me carry on. And that's it. Anyway, if you do want to ask me any questions about the game, please just drop me a message down below and I'll get back to you. And if you're new around here, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And thank you very much. I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you very much, and goodbye.